Hello fellow game enthusiasts! Today we will be playing one more of legendary 2D platformers, Super Mario N64. And the same as previous video, I will be talking from the viewpoint of the game designer. And that means I will be having to explain what the developer actually had in mind and creating specific feature and how will the player perceive that part. So the first thing, when you open inside the game, you can see there is no like clear goal where you need to go. Usually in games there are like literally pointing where you have to go. It's like they're underestimating. I'm talking about the modern games, like they're underestimating the player and the capability of solving what they need to do. But of course, they will figure out how to move, they'll press random buttons until something happens, until they actually move. And of course, they will eventually get to the castle, because the castle here is like the focus point in this scene. But of course, if they want, they can experiment with different moveset and features. But definitely this castle is in a focus, like it's literally looking like some kind of place you need to go in. Of course, there's some story, like it's the Bowser laugh is very menacing and it generates an emotion in the player, like there is some guy which needs to be destroyed or create a sense of mystery. Anyway, there are a lot of doors here, and the thing I don't like, or at least personally, is that there are too many things which player is like, why in the world there are so much doors here in the very first scene of the game. Usually you want to bring the player the gaming experience as soon as possible, and here, in order to actually reach the first level, you need to experiment with the doors. Maybe you will bring here, you will try to go there, but it's locked, and then you will go here, for example, and there finally there is nothing here. It feels like there is some empty game without actually you have to do something, like, because this is the like hub world, like level selection world, and it is not very clear where you need to go. It's not that huge a problem, but still I will prefer that this first door is like little bit more focused where you have to actually go. This is the only level you can normally go first. And there's this NPC character, and he tells you that story, got to story. Nobody's going to read that actually. And this like plates, whatever they're called, the canvas. Nobody's actually gonna read this, at least at first. It's very not clear what you need to do with it. It's like decoration. It looks like decoration. It doesn't look like something you need to interact with. Anyways, after minutes of struggle, you eventually will get to the first level, and finally we can get some action. And let's just assume the player doesn't know English. Of course, some games are heavily is depending on the knowledge of the English, but to be real, it shouldn't be the case that everybody will know English, and that I was repeating for each of my videos in the past, is that you should design your games to be understandable by each or majority of people, not only which know English. Maybe even if they live in English speaking country, they will sure there are kids which cannot read or cannot understand complex sentences, and they still want to be enjoyed this. They still should be enjoying this game. Why make a such condition? This is the games are usually made for kids, and you should make them playable for each aspect. It's like some kind of accessibility that in modern games they usually make accessibility options to make game easier. But here you consider that the game should not be depending on English knowledge as one of the accessibility options. It's not necessary, but it's sure something you will likely to welcome in your game. Anyways, when they have this like the starting level, what you'll do, maybe they will, depending on the player, somebody will try to interact with NPCs, somebody will try just explore, then to use moveset or whatever, they try to destroy the enemies and try to collect the collectibles, and they will and this is very questionable choice to put this character here. It's looking very scary. And imagine if you're a child and have seen this. It's not so sure pleasant things to see, but anyways, it's not that problematic because the Nintendo and what they for sure know how to make the bring the player emotion to the player, and the emotion they will bring here is actually they will be scared, at least the kids, or be very, at least be very careful to what they need to do. Maybe they will try to go as far as him, and there is no other way besides, and they will eventually they will be forced to get to this part, and they will try, and there is actually nothing happen here. This is like timed enemy. In this frame, well, it's frozen, you can really go, and they will try to, and they will see their platforms which are affected by gravity, but it still will not, it still doesn't present the the challenge. It is like introduction to see what, to show the player what the capabilities of game, what to expect in the future. And let's follow the main path for now. There's some enemies falling, water blobs, there are many things. Also, the interesting thing, you can grab enemies in this game, and that is very interesting mechanics, which I very like, because it gives you very creative way of solving things. You can, for example, throw this bomb on the other enemy or something, or just there are multiple ways to beat the enemy. And they will see this red coin, it's much more rare type of coin, and if they try to reach it here, they will see that these large slopes are not very for they should not be jumping here. Actually, I even didn't know you can do this. I thought the slope will bring you down, but anyways, if they see the slope, they'll try to jump and they'll fall eventually, but it's not the point. And here you can see, like, this is like the first punishable platforming obstacle, because if you fall, you have to start this segment over again. And in Super Mario, there are no like checkpoints. If you die, you have to replay whole level, and that is something I don't like. And of course, the modern games have fixed this, but sometimes they are try not to make games so easy. If you put the checkpoint in every single point, then the game will be too easy. Of course, you want to be balanced with that. Notice how Mario gets low poly when you walk in the distance. Very interesting. Anyways, they will probably think the goal is to reach this, like the top of the hill, because usually in the games so far, which in the past about this before this game, usually the goal is to reach some specific point of the level. Like in the regular Mario 2D, your goal is to reach the very right, and they're following the same logic here. Here is like the logic here is to reach the very top, like, of the level. But the interesting thing on Mario is not that you have to reach the very top of the level. Previous video I made is the Jak and Daxter, and here you can see that even if the level have some platforming parts, but there are multiple scattered like objectives, and the same case is in Mario. Even if you have one goal is to reach the hardest part of the level, there are many side objectives, like collect our red coins, which in the Jak and Daxter there are like fireflies, which needs to be collected. This also objective collects 100 coins, and in Jak it's using the precursor orbs to pay the NPCs for the power cell. A power cell is equivalent here to the star. And you see there are many similarities between Jak and Daxter and Super Mario, but I still, of course, Jak is much more older, newer game or modern game, and Mario is much more older game, and in that aspect Jak is much better game, but in the aspect of history Super Mario is much more innovative game, because practically when you think it, Jak and Daxter copied Super Mario and 64 in many aspects. Of course they are inspired by Crash Bandicoot because the same developer, of course they were inspired, but the point is that if you create some game, the first of course that innovative part of creating games is very important, because if you create something which already exists, it's not like somebody will be very impressed by it. Anyways, let's get back to the playing game. And I didn't like bust. So interesting thing of Super Mario, if you beat level once, then the new characters might appear. Like here, you get this turtle, which you need the race to the top. Of course, you need to know English what you need actually to do, but for sure it's very clear that you need to race it to the top. Not very clear, but still it's not that hard to figure out, because you get this like music which like encourages you to move faster and to reach. And why I'm so unlucky. And interesting thing about Super Mario is as well, you have a very wide spectrum of moveset. For example, this is my favorite move, as you figure out so far, because you get to move much more faster, which is useful, especially in the race with the turtle. But now you need to actually wait for the Koopa to come. I know, not sure what to feel about it. What about game design? It's very wasting of time to wait. If you're too fast, you must wait 30 seconds for Koopa to come to the hill, but still it's not that bad, because you get some feel of realism and like feel of accomplishment. Like in the attempts I beat this guy so good, so bad, that he took 30 seconds to get after me. Like, you get the feeling. Also, you're not forced in Super Mario to beat all stars in one level at once, but I think you can get the most of them in the one go. But you need to unlock sometimes the new power-ups, like Flying Cup or by Metal or Mario. I don't know, I'm not sure, I didn't play that game. But interesting thing, the same kind of of mechanics in Jack and Dexter, and I feel that Jack and Dexter copied the Super Mario N64 in very many aspects. But of course they have some their own spin-off of their own version of that. It's not like blindly copying each mechanic. They still have this thing in the Jack and Dexter. You have this as well. You have, but in Jack and Dexter you have spin. And I think I very don't like about Super Mario is that is existence of the lives. It is say the very existence of the lives, like as mechanic in the game, is for the reason all the arcade games have to like bait people to actually pay. Like in arcade games you have to insert coin each time you want to you have to insert coin each time you want to play the game, and the profit that is the only way of profit. And the reason of existence of life, if you lost life and now pay to get more lives, and that is the only reason. And this game and in other games they're not lives, because just think about it. If you lose, but I'm turning back. If you lose the game, do you really want to play the all previous parts you have been completed again? Like spend half an hour on something and then you need to play the same thing over because you lose on some other part, and why is this so hard to climb? And modern games remove the lives. The Jack doesn't have the life, Jack and Dexter, and it's very nice when you die and you don't have to replay 3 levels in bag. You just get returned to start of the level, and that's it. There are sometimes there are checkpoints, but nothing too much forgiving, but still there are 2 or 3 checkpoints depending how hard it is to get to that part. But here you lose life, you lose, and just don't force me to play things I don't want to be forced to play. But this game is very old. Like this is probably the first one of the 5 first 3D platformer ever made, at least the bigger titles, and you can forgive the mistakes for such an old game. Weird camera angles are really making this very hard, and Super Mario is not very famous, so good camera for sure. And this is very interesting game mechanics, like here, but still not mechanics like puzzle solving. You need to be careful. Super Mario is not forgiving. You need to The good thing about Super Mario is that there is always something interesting, even for low experienced players and high experienced player. The low experienced player will have their only goal is to actually beat the game, but for the more experienced players, this very good moveset makes you to have possibilities to complete parts of level much faster, but you have a risk of falling, because Super Mario really can move very fast, but it's much more hard to control and you need more of the control over an experience. And again, you get the boss battle on the top, and the big is the scary. I cannot see what is happening. And that is very not dramatic ending. Usually in the games you want flashing, like to feel the sense of accomplishment. Here you just get the like ending scene and star. Okay, there are star, but still it can be much better. But it's very annoying in Super Mario if each time you beat a level, you must replay each part you have been beat previously just to reach another star. And for 7 stars you need to complete some level, some parts over and over again and again. And in Jack, when you collect the power cell, Jack is like literally like Super Mario, but you don't get returned to the start of the level. When you collect the power cell, you're still here, and you can very quickly collect multiple power cells and at once. And that is not very good game design for Super Mario and 64, but we can forgive. But still, you're not forced to complete to get all stars at once, so it's not that's a huge problem. And they really had to put water level third. Nobody likes water levels. And the reason nobody likes water levels is that they have to introduce you to another like moving mechanics, swimming. And swimming is not very interesting, but at least the music is above, and that is at least something to be pleased. If you want to create a water level, what I can suggest you, first make a dynamic change of being on ground and water, like in Spyro 3 there's like level where the more you beat the level, the more it gets filled with the water. That is interesting. And here, even I, the game designer, don't know what to do. Of course, if you played Super Mario in 64, you clearly know what to do. But even I, who played the game, I don't remember what to do. I'm not sure if you even can do something. I know maybe there's some hidden passage, or if there is hidden star in this. Let's see. What is this? Na 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 no. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. No no no. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. No no. Yes. Very fun, I see. You just need to traverse very long distance in the water, and that is the gameplay of this. very funny. This mysterious, like, that reminds me on the, like, on power gems you didn't collect it in the gold gems, you didn't collect it in Crash. You get like only like white lines, outline, where the gem only creates some kind of intro what you need to actually do. But of course, it may take too much focus to the player. Like, it's looking like you need to do that with something, but in Crash you just like see that in the moment, and here you can get reminded of it. It's like minigame, to get the correct order, and you punish it with the damage if you have wrong order. And guess what? To reach this some part of the level, you need to complete all again this water traversing part just to reach the other starts. And I know many people like this game, but still, when you think about it, it's very trash, at least for me. But for sure, if you have a lot of time, it's not that a problem. But it's like story-based room. It must to do something with unlocking Luigi. That is the most important part in this game. Snow level. Da-na-na-na-na. 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 Important part about making a like open 3D platformer is that you have a multiple option where you can go. For example, you have option go left, you have option go right, I guess. Probably not something you want to do. It looks scary, but of course you can go here down this chimney. You can even go up here. And you get like this different kind of playing style. Ooh, that was not intended. Why is this so stressful? The funny thing about Super Mario is that you can move very fast sometimes. It feels satisfying. That was not intended, but I'll take it. Okay. Just ignore your child. You lost. It's probably not the child. You see, like, the most stupid mistakes cost you the whole progress on the level. Who made this game? I don't want to play this. They're very hard to figure out stars here. Like here, for example. who involved would figure out how to get this. Shoot to the island, to the sky. Look, the difficulty is increased now. Like, you're not supposed to go here. For some reason, old games really like to hide levels on the most obscure ways you could think of. And one way to unlock a level in Super Mario is to first get 10 stars, and then this like light beam appears here, and the thing you need to do is to activate camera mode. And look at sky. No. Look at princess. Or at sky. Yes, on the sky. And you get in the level. And I think that's very hard thing from the view of game design to find out how to actually found that level. It's not. Maybe there are some tips shattered in the level how to actually find the level, but still it is something not that easy to find. Anyways, this level is very important for the reason here you unlock like this wind cap, and not only in this level, but you unlock like cover for the other levels as well. There are, those floating boxes. Let's see that in practice. You see like this, and you unlock the flying cap. How you fly this? Probably you need to go to kind of speed. And apparently you need to collect the middle coin of each ring here. And you get the star after collecting like each circle from there. And of course you need this flying cup in order to do so. After collecting enough stars, you get to unlock the next part of this castle, which have like first boss battle in the game. And each boss battle you get this like level which don't have some theme. It just looks like some platforming section. Very weird camera angles. And there is no checkpoints, so you must be very careful. It's not that hard, but the camera is your biggest enemy here. And at the end there's this pipe and you get teleported to the boss battle against Bowser. And the thing about Super Mario, it had his boss battles very repeating. I feel like each boss battle is less and more the same. You get behind the boss and then throw it, and that's it. And this is the boss battle. Of course, the hardest part is to figure out how to actually beat it. And if you lose, I think you get returned to the start, and that's very tiresome to have to repeat each section again and again just because you don't know how it works. And when you unlock next hub world, whatever part of the castle, you get access to multiple levels at once. The thing I don't like about this game is that it feels like each level is designed like just some kind of platforming level, not like some resembling real life obstacle. Not necessarily real life, but some
realistic textures.
I mean, like in Spyro there are like magic realm. In Crash there are like jungle, tiki jungle, like, and each level has some kind of style. And here you feel like you're in some random lava level with a lot of blocks. And of course, this is something which was solved in the future. For Mario games, this is of course the first game of this kind that somebody made, so it's not easy to create something new if you don't know what to do. But even the other N60 3D platformers like Banjo and Kazoo have the styles in the level, and some graphics is not very how to call it. It's very weird, but it's probably because this is like full resolution, when in the early times there was no like this kind of high resolution, and the graphics were looking very like better. Like, for example, 40 times 30 pixels, and this is like 4 times bigger, 16 times more pixels, and of course it looks not very good. This is a very interesting challenge. It's not always about platforming and collecting sometimes is about fighting the enemies. They're very buggy. This level is very designed as a labyrinth, as in mind, like it's not very clear where you need to go. It's very closed. It's many rooms, so you cannot understand in the first playthrough where you are and what you need to do, unlike the others which were more open. And that is like some kind of a variety you want in your game. The variety where you change how the levels are played, not by unlocking new mechanics. And of course you want that, but it's not the only thing you can change. You can change the way they're playing, like it's more open, it's closed. Do you need to be precise? Do you need to wander, explore, try to understand what to do? Do you need to solve puzzles or to fight enemies? What you need to do? You see how it returns back, and that is what you must take care of in the games. You must expect something will happen and then deal with it accordingly. For example, if you know the player can die at some part, you will want to make they don't have to reset the whole level just because of that. Super Mario has very obscure way of collecting levels. It's not very clear what you need to do, and you can miss a lot of content. It's not very good to explain what you actually need to do. For some reason they must just put that text box each time you beat the enemy in this level. It's very annoying. And this is the place for boss battle, but you don't unlock the boss until you gather at least one star from another part of the level, and that can result wasted time for the player, because they will spend 15 minutes trying to find out why they not find the objective, complete the objective here, and which will result in giving up, and then they will probably never return back and never collect that star until are very desperate to try it. but Super Mario tells you what you need to do with the text. And of course you need to know English what to do. This game just lacks presentation in some cases, like it should dramatize like a little bit some parts, and there are just like random places placed on random, and they really like to reuse assets and enemies. Like here you get to battle this same boss 2 times. And what is fun in that? Nightmare generator. I think there is some kind of secret room you need to unlock. Forgot how. Obviously the name of the objective is secret in the secrets of the haunted books, and that is what people, the designers, had in mind, that people will read what is here and try to and lead the player, that they will actually, that is like hint they need to do. And the Super Mario is all about exploration. It's not like you clearly know what to do. It's about finding the new things, and maybe they made the finding of new things too much hard. Even for adult gamers, it's hard to find what you actually need to do. There is exploration, but still, it's not always very clear. There are bookshelves here. And what is so secret? because Super Mario can be a little bit too harsh on the hard with the life losing. They sometimes choose to, instead of losing life, they just teleport to other part of the level. Like here, it teleports you to the bottom. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching and be sure you subscribe.